Scottish Cup Sunday, and that means Livy are travelling to Parkhead. And to be honest, folks, it's going to be a concession, but the reality is we have to preview it, we have to talk about it, because it's Super Sunday, the Old Firm both in action. There's definitely one game that looks a bit better than the other, but we're going to talk about the half-2 kick-off. Celtic, Livy. Does Davy Martindale have a chance?
He has a chance. Same chance that Livy have every game they go into, pretty close to zero, but not quite zero. So, I mean, it's a chance nonetheless. Will they take it? Or will they do what they've done probably 90% of the games that they've played this season and lose? I'm going to go with the latter. I can't really see Livy causing an upset today as much as I would like to see it. It's just unlikely to happen. Celtic have already played Livy 3 times this season and they have beat them every time, not conceded a goal. Yeah, it's unlikely that Livy can do anything today. I'm just not really seeing it.
It's not even at the Tony Macaroni. There's not that hope for neutrals or
I mean,
Rangers.
Even if it was at the Tony Macaroni, I'm not going to sit and pretend that I think Livingston's odds of getting something drastically go up. The Tony Macaroni, that home fortress has not been a thing for Livy this season like it has been in previous seasons. There's been previous seasons where you could make a case that going to the Tony Macaroni was one of the toughest games for the Old Firm.
Yep.
There were certainly times where you felt like Rangers going to the Tony Macaroni was potentially a harder game than going to like Pittodrie or something like that.
Absolutely.
But not anymore. Whether it's home or away, Livy are just not good, and I think this will be their last season in the Scottish Premiership, and I think this will be their last game in the 2023-2024 Scottish Cup.
Yeah, I agree, but we need to look at injury news for Celtic and transfer news, which is weird. A third of the way through March, but Burnaby and Abada are gone. Cal McGregor's Achilles appear to be gone. Brendan Rodgers could be soon gone.
Title chances? Gone.
Could be gone. But Cal McGregor, I don't think he needs surgery. But he missed the Hearts game, right? And all you're hearing is, oh, they missed him. Did they? Or were they just shite? It's not like... I'm sick of this McGregor bum licking. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, we've got to be honest. The last few games for that Hearts game, McGregor hadn't really done much. And people were calling for him to get dropped. People were actually saying Iwata should be replacing McGregor because McGregor's standards have slipped.
Yeah.
But then as soon as McGregor does miss a game and Celtic lose, all of a sudden it's, oh, if McGregor was in there, we would have won. And I mean, it probably doesn't help that Iwata had a stinker, but I mean, still.
What would Cal McGregor have done? I mean, yeah, the guy can control games, but with 10 men, I think Hearts still would have got something, regardless of 10 men, 11 men, whatever you want to say. So, Cal McGregor out. Brendan Rodgers, though, his hearing isn't until, well, I believe the end of March, which therefore will put him at the Old Firm, not just the other game. He certainly will be in the dugout for this game, Brendan Rodgers, and you feel like if he does not go through in this game, I'm not saying he's going to get sacked, but he's going to feel the most pressure that he's felt all season, definitely. I mean, we've seen Chris Sutton come out yesterday and say that he was deflecting the blame after the Hearts game. He says he would have had more credibility if he talked about the fact that Celtic got a penalty that wasn't a penalty, and he didn't. And he says it doesn't change the fact that Celtic have been shite this season. He can talk about Brother John, he can talk about the Don, Robertson. Doesn't change the fact Celtic, under Rodgers this season, have been mince. And he needs to accept some of the blame. Brendan Rodgers kind of doing a Neil Warnock, where I set the standard, but the standard appears to be shite at Parkhead. And you get Celtic fans phoning up Super Scoreboard. Oh, this about Celtic having a poor season. What about Rangers? Now, that might be a call for last week, right? But anyone with 2 fucking eyes can see that Rangers had an awful start to the season, but since Clement came in, it's been great. With Rodgers, it was an alright start to the season because Rangers were bad and you pulled a lead. But since then, it's been mince. I think people need to wake up and smell the coffee that Brendan Rodgers, he's not the chosen one that he once was. And, he's so much better than Lennon. If you honestly had to say who's better between Neil Francis, Lennon and Rodgers, there's not the gulf in class that there once was. Lennon got shafted because the team's arse went during 10 in a row. Has the arse not went this season?
I think the arse has completely fallen out it. And again, that logic that somehow Rangers aren't having a good season because they're only 2 points in front of Celtic, I mean, that's flawed because no one's saying that overall Rangers have had a great season, but people are saying that since Clement came in, the season, it's been fantastic, and you can't really dispute that. Still going in all 4 competitions, already won the League Cup, looking like they're big favourites for the title, probably favourites for the Scottish Cup, considering they're the best team in Scotland right now. And I think they're probably favourites to get into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. You pair that to what Celtic have done. Rangers have had a good season. And people can say, well, Rangers are only 2 points in front, blah, blah, blah. All right, but if Clement was there for the beginning, how many points would Rangers be in front? It would still be 2.
Yeah.
More like 22, but anyway.
It probably would be like 22, but yeah, I mean, enough about Rodgers. Let's talk about Livy. Scottish Cup to them. I mean, it could get them some crucial money, but realistically, well, we'll get them crucial money this game. We can't deny that, but
it's just good. Martindale's always talking about money here. Obviously, we don't have any money or we wouldn't be fucking out in the middle of a field.
Aye.
9 AM here, making this match preview. We'd be sitting in our mansion, but nah, we've
the mansion's getting renovated, alright?
We have as much money as fucking Livingston do in the bank. Approximately, hee-haw.
Yeah, hee-haw.
Same as our chances today.
Hee-haw money for Livy, but I think they would actually do Livingston a favour if they get knocked out today. I'm not saying they've got a great chance of going through, but I think the last thing Livy need is to be fighting on 2 fronts. But I've got a feeling about what, 2:30 kick-off, come 4:30, around that region, they're not going to be fighting on 2 fronts. The white flag will well and truly be up for Livy. But let's talk about our score prediction. We've talked enough pish.
Some quick stats before we give our score predictions. So, most recent clash in this game came at Celtic Park when they defeated Livy in the league by 2-0. 4 of Livingston's last 5 games at all competitions have witnessed goals at both ends. So, maybe there's going to be goals from both teams. However, 7 of the last 9 games in this fixture have seen only one side score. So, I mean, that would kind of tell you we're leaning towards probably a Celtic clean sheet victory, or maybe even a massive upset and a Livy clean sheet victory.
Yeah, that could happen, but what I think with Celtic is they need to score quick. They need to score pretty much for the get-go, because I think if Celtic wait an awful long time, the fans, if it's 0-0 at half-time, man, they're going to boo the fuck at them. I think Celtic need a performance. See the way they beat Dundee 7-1? I think they need something like that.
Aided by really bad Dundee defending, by the way.
Which might happen for Livy, but I tell you what, like, Livy draw this game, and the extra time, that could kill Livy, to be fair. You could see, I think if this is a draw, I just don't see how Livy survive extra time. You can imagine that could just fucking cripple them or something. So, will that affect them? Will it go to extra time? I'm going to go no. I'm going to go Livy to get beat 2-1. There you go, a close game.
Well, I said 3-0 on Friday. I've seen no reason to change my mind there. Celtic at home should be good enough to beat Livy. If they're not good enough, is this a sackable offence? If Brendan Rodgers loses today, could Brendan Rodgers be sacked, or will at least a big portion of the fans be calling for him to be sacked?
It's his get out of jail free card at the Windy. I'm not saying if they lose the league and they win the Scottish Cup, fans will be pretending that's great, but at least if they lost the league and they win the Cup, it's right. We want a trophy. We didn't go trophyless. Like Rangers.
Is that going to matter though after throwing away an 8-point lead at the top of the table?
It probably won't, but it matters more than hee-haw.
I don't think winning a Scottish Cup saves you. So,
yep, that's where we're going to leave it, guys. Can Davy Martindale save Livy's Cup chances? Can Brendan Rodgers save his own blushes? We'll have to wait and see. So until next time, the match review will be up very soon. But peace.